Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received, and the translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I have come here because I have my own confession that I wish to share with you, and I hope that it is going to assist someone out there, even though you are going to judge me because of the things that I did, even though you judge me, but I hope that I am going to help someone out there that might be tormented, and this can assist a lot of people. So I think, so what happened, Brother Nashi, was that my husband came to South Africa. When my husband came to South Africa, after he had gotten a job and after he started staying at this other nice place at a complex, it was a beautiful complex where he was staying, that was when he said to me, my wife, now my life is okay. I think that if you come here to South Africa, you'll be able to live comfortably. I then came to South Africa and I started staying with my husband. Life was really beautiful. At the complex where we were staying, there were no other Zimbabweans that were staying there because it was very expensive. We were the only couple that were from outside of the country that were staying at that complex. So the women there, they used to play Stockfell. Each and every month, they would give one person money, and the next month they would give another person the money until they were done. Then they will start all over again. So I became friends with this other woman. When I became friends with that woman, she told me that this was what they did each and every month so as to help each other. And I told her that I also wanted to be part of their Stockfell. She then went and she spoke with the other ladies that she was doing the Stockfell with from the same complex. So everyone agreed, but there was one lady who started resisting. And the reason as to why she was resisting, it was because she knew that I was a witch. You know, there are those type of Christian women, those that know that there is something that is wrong with their neighbor or a workmate, even though they know that there is something that is wrong with their neighbor or their workmate, but because they want to be seen as good people, as good Christians, they will just be embarrassed to tell that person that I know that you are a witch and I know that you mean no good in my life. So that woman, she was that type of a Christian, and she used to see me in visions, some of the things that I would be doing in her bedroom, but because she wanted to be like a good Christian, she would not tell me directly that last night I had a dream about you. What were you trying to do to my husband last night? So she knew that I was a witch because she would see me in visions when she was fast asleep, and she just did not want to embarrass me. So she kept on refusing, and her excuse was that she did not want me to join the Stockfell because they had already started the Stockfell and it was not possible for me to join the Stockfell in the middle of the year. So my other friend kept on convincing her until she finally agreed. Everything was okay. We would do our Stockfell. There was no problem. But what these women did not know was that each and every month, and when we would play the Stockfell, before I would have given the person that was supposed to be given money that month, and I would take my money and I will do some rituals with the money before I would give out the money. And if it was me that was going to be given the money that month, and I will take their money, and throughout the night I will be sitting whilst I was doing some rituals. You know, the rituals that I used to do, when you give me your money, what I do is that I take your money, and throughout the night I'll start to curse the money so that whenever you work, whenever you get your salary, the money that you would have earned, that money will come straight to me. Most of you are working, but there is nothing that you do with your lives, and you keep on asking yourself, why is it I work each and every month? I work just like what everyone is doing, but I don't know where my money is going to. I can't do anything in life. I can't achieve anything. If you are in that type of a situation, then you need to know that there is someone that is holding your money, that is using your money. And when you work, you just work, but you will be working for that person. There are those type of charms that some of us use. So each and every month, and when those women will give me their money, I would sit throughout the night whilst I would be speaking with the demons, so that the demons can collect the money for about 2 even 3 months. But these charms, they expire, so you have to keep on doing it over and over again. So me and my husband, we ended up buying a house. If I tell you where we bought a house, Brother Nashi, you will be shocked. As someone that is just a maid, you will be shocked to hear that back home we bought a house in the suburbs where rich people stay in our country. That is where we bought a house, me and my husband, because all these women that were staying in the complex with us at that time, that I used to get their money, they were working and they had good jobs, and they were just working for me each and every month. And I knew that I would always have money, and they were just suffering, and they did not even know where their money was going to, yet I was stealing their money using magic. So the reason as to why that other South African woman did not like me, it was because she would see me in her dreams. And the way that she would see me, I would have gone into her house at night, and I would want to sleep with her husband like sex magic. I can wake up and I can sleep with any man that I want. So the way that I sleep with that man, when I enter into your house, I change and I become like a snake, and I would wrap myself around the man's manhood, and I will start to lick the man's manhood until the man would have ejaculated, and I will be like a snake. And this man, the dreams that the man would be having, he would be sleeping with a woman that he loves with all of his heart, and he would think that he is actually sleeping with that woman that he would be lusting after, but no, he would be sleeping with a snake, and he would be sleeping with me. So this woman, from the day that I started staying at her house, I would try to enter into her room when she would be sleeping with her husband, and she would wake up and she would ask me what was I doing in her room, and I would change and I would become like a snake. So the next morning, because she was a good person, she would not even confront me. She would just think that maybe it was a very weird dream, even though she knew that there was something that was wrong, there was something that was going on that was not normal at all. So I always slept with her husband because I was in love with her husband, and I always lusted after her husband. All the women at that complex, I used to sleep with them as a snake. I would sleep with them all so that they can be under my feet. And this lady, she was the one that I was unable to sleep with, but because she kept on trying to be a good person to me, I ended up even sleeping with her, and she stopped going to church. She started having boyfriends, and she and her husband, they started to treat each other very badly, ending her marriage because of the charms that I was using on him. And there was this other woman that was from Zim that came, and she started to stay at that same complex. This woman, one day, I told her that we had this Stockfell that we were doing, and she told me that she also wanted to be part of that Stockfell. So I then spoke with the other ladies. They then agreed, and she also joined. So when it came time for us to give her money. I did the same rituals, and when she gave me her money, I also did the same rituals. She then started to suspect that there was something that was going on, that was happening, that she could not understand. She then went to this other prophet. When she went to that prophet, that was when she was told by that prophet that I was a witch, and the mistake that she did, if she had used the prayers that she had been given, maybe she could have defeated me. But what she did was that when she returned back from that prophet, she then spoke with this other South African woman. She was gossiping about me, telling that woman everything that she had been told by the prophet. What she did not know was that this South African woman, I saw that she was someone that was a suitable candidate, so I ended up initiating her into witchcraft. So when she was busy gossiping about me, she was actually gossiping about me with another witch. And that very same night we had a meeting, and this was a meeting that we had because we wanted her to die because of the things that she had been told. She now knew too much, and we did not want her to live, to continue living. At night, I then called my friends. I called my friends from back in Zim. They came and they joined us at the meeting, and then we decided that she was supposed to die, and indeed to die she was supposed to. So this lady, what I will do is that early in the morning, each and every morning, I would wake up and I would take some ashes and I would sprinkle those ashes by her doorstep and sprinkling her door as well with ashes. So in the morning when she would wake up, she will step on the ashes that I would have sprinkled by her doorstep. Her leg started to get swollen. One of her legs started to get so swollen, and then she was taken back home. That was what we wanted. When she was taken back home, the other witches, my other friends, they were waiting for her. When she arrived in Zim, they continued with the work that I had started here in Zim. They would visit her at night, and they kept on bewitching her until she passed away. It was said that she had cancer, but there was no cancer there. She did not have any cancer at all, and she died. And as for that other South African woman, the one that did not want to look like a bad person, that did not want to confront me, then I became friends with him, because the more that I slept with her husband, the more that the grace that was upon her life started to fade away, and I was able to manipulate her to do anything to him like I wanted to when I started to stay at that complex. But because she was prayerful, I was unable to touch her. But because she relaxed and she allowed me to be part of her life, I was able to manipulate her. She would allow me to enter into her house. At the moment that she allowed me access into her house, I would leave the things that we use when we are bewitching people in her room. There was even a time when I went into her bedroom. I went into her bedroom and I stole her underwear, and I was wearing her underwear for several days. And after I had been wearing her underwear for several days, that was when I took it off and I put it back in her room again. And then that was when her husband started cheating on him, and she also started having boyfriends, like I was doing whatever that I wanted with him, until her marriage collapsed, and she did not even know that it was I who was bewitching her. So this is my warning to other people. If you are playing Stockfell with other people, that what you need to understand is that someone can bewitch you using the money that you would have given to them, and someone can bewitch you using the money that they will give to you. So you always need to pray. If you are someone that worships the ancestors, you have to speak with your ancestors before you give someone money. And if you are a Christian, pray before you give someone money, because once someone has your money, they can do whatever that you want. People like us, there is no need even for us to go to work, because we have other people working for us. Because if I take your money, I can even use it in advance, such that by the time that you will get paid, you will just pay the credit that you will be owing me. Most of you people that are unable to do anything with the money that you earn, do you know that most of you are working for money that has already been used maybe for the whole year, the whole of this year? Some of you are just working for the credit that you owe to other people in the spiritual realm, and you will never be able to achieve anything this year because you do not have money. Even if you work, you are just working like for free. That is why you see that your life is stuck. You are not going anywhere. When you see other people achieving, you can't be at their level. Yet maybe you earn the same salary, you work at the same place, but you are unable to live the same way that those people are living. You don't have the same standards of living the same way that your workmates have, and you have to ask yourself, what is going wrong with your life? If you sit down, you can see that there is someone that bewitched you, that took your money, and that person is still holding your money. There was even one time when we had the Stockfell. When we had this Stockfell, we did not even have food in the house. Me and my husband, we ended up fighting because he wanted us to buy food using that money that we had gotten from the Stockfell that very same night. And I told him that I can't do that because I have to keep that money throughout the night. I have to hold on to that money, then I will use it the next day. So we had the money and we slept on a hungry stomach. This is my own confession. I hope that you are going to share it, hoping that when you share my confession, it is going to assist other people that might be in bondage. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Let us try to speak with our dear sister in the comment section. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Are you also living in that situation whereby you work, you see that you are working, but even though you are working, but it seems as if there is someone or there is something that takes your money each and every month? And if that is what is happening to you, you can come to my inbox and then you can share with me your own side of the story. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Let us meet again in another episode.